It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 273. Tom Crawford, my longtime broadcasting partner, Bluebelly Tom, and he is co-host of The Drive with Jack and Tom, weekdays from 3 to 6, a Spotlight Radio Network, heard worldwide at jackandtom.com. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing good for the second straight Sunday. I wasted 3.5 hours watching the Lions game. I was expecting a 6-3 head knocker. It was a 14-13 track meet.
You're doing better than you were for the first 18 minutes yesterday in Chrysler Center. Can we say that?
Yeah. But that wasn't all that. That wasn't all that startling. I mean, Michigan's just coming off exams. I mean, they were flat. I will say that. Yeah. And Western played hard, but yeah, you should be pounding.
John Beilein didn't seem happy, and
he has not been happy the last 3 outings defensively. And we'll talk about that in that Michigan segment.
Absolutely. Also want to welcome Rico Beard, longtime Detroit radio and TV personality, Specs Howard broadcast instructor, recruiting insider, and most importantly, he is the host of the Spartan Beat, weekdays from noon to 2. Spotlight Radio Network. How are you, Rico?
I'm good, especially on Friday. I said Nick Ward would have a big game. Nick Ward would get 30. I think he finished with like 28.
He missed a shot, though.
He missed a shot, but I said Nick Ward's going to get 30 points. They had no one who could guard him. I love it when I'm right. I'm right so few times.
It was very close to setting the Michigan State record for the most baskets made without a miss. Ron Charles, 12 for 12 against Michigan.
I was at that game.
Yeah. And he missed one. He would have been 13 for 13. Also want to welcome Darian Harris, 5-year MSU linebacker, co-captain of the 2015 Big Ten champions, graduate student. 1 semester to go.
1 semester to go.
He is also a future athletic director and aspiring broadcaster, and BTN won't be the same for the next few weeks without you.
Yeah, but for some reason I think they'll be able to trudge along just fine. But got to go to my first game of the season this year at Brez. Yeah. Really, I just went to see Rico and Graham talk the whole time. That was the highlight of my night, watching those two guys. But no, it was a great win for MSU. But Coach Izzo wasn't too happy after the game, and I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later. And we'll get into what he said speaking of Big Ten Network, what he said in his post-game evaluation, because I don't think the players are going to be too happy this next week.
It was 24-20 Green Bay. And then Michigan State went on this crazy run and outscored them the rest of the half, 44-11.
Oh, they finished the half with a bang.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should make them happy.
We'll be back. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Western Michigan game, the rest of college basketball, college football. Early signing day coming up next week. And the Detroit Lions up next.
Catch the savings at Capital Honda. New 2018 Honda Accord LX, just $249 a month. Or new 2018 Honda Civic LX, only $169 a month. Just like your favorite team does it, we're going all out because you should be driving a Honda from Capital Honda.
When it comes to health insurance, what's your plan? Mine's Physicians Health Plan, and for good reason. PHP is right here in mid-Michigan. So if I'm looking for a new doctor or managing my meds, I like that I can just stop by their office if I have any questions. They're always there to help, and that's reassuring. So is the fact that they cover me across an entire network of providers. They've got me covered. Physicians Health Plan. Everything you want a health plan to be.
PFCU is more than a financial institution. We are a proud community partner. Our support includes awarding scholarships, providing education on financial literacy, and sponsoring local events in the communities we serve.
It's the 12 deals of Christmas at Art Van Pure Sleep. That's right, 12 amazing can't-be-beat deals on Tempur-Pedic, Eye Comfort, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, and more. Save up to $700. Get 0% for up to 72 months. Free delivery. Tempur-Pedic Queen as low as $29 a month. Sealy Posturepedic now $7.99. Serta, Sealy, or Simmons only $3.99. Can you top those deals, Santa? Didn't think so. The 12 deals of Christmas, only at Art Van Pure Sleep.
Advanced technology and forecasting. Storm Shield weather. Only on Fox 47 News.
Team spirit. Face paint. more cowbell.
Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Michigan is definitely a very interesting place to forecast the weather. We have changing things all the time. Everybody wants to hear, what's the forecast for tomorrow? How's it going to be when I'm taking my kids to cheerleading practice at the end of the day? I'm from Howell, so I do really enjoy that I am still here in Michigan. I get to see my family all the time, something that I absolutely love. If I could choose one place to live for the rest of my life, love being here, love being in Lansing.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graff Chevrolet, a trusted friend with 104 years in the automobile business. Stop and see Matt, Mark, and Greg on West Grand River in Okemos. They'll take great care of you, as they have on all 6 of my leases and purchases. And through the end of the month, everyone gets a GM employee discount, and it's double your trade up to $5,000. Go green, go Graff.
That's why I would double them. They don't have a foul that they could give. Down to 3, Smith. Yes, yes.
There you see Steve Smith, 1991, a little closer than anyone expected against then Wisconsin Green Bay.
That's those first-round games.
Yeah,
They're hard.
that jumper from the top of the key.
Yeah.
Rico Beard, you were at Breslin Center with us today. What did you make of a game against Green Bay that was not what anyone expected?
Well, I think what you saw was Green Bay came out there, gave them their best shot. They shot like almost 70%. So when it was close, you knew this wasn't going to last. Michigan State kicked it in gear. I think you got a chance to see some of the freshmen in the second half. Probably the biggest thing, which Tom Izzo did not like, was the fact that they kind of lost focus.
Yeah.
They had a chance to maybe score 120 points, and I know it's Green Bay, and you're thinking, well, so what? Right. But this is those games where you can kind of pad your stats and make yourself look good. For any of those guys looking at the NBA, you could say, hey, I had a triple-double, or hey, you're Nick Ward, I finished with 40 points and 15 rebounds. So you use those types of games to get there. So they kind of lost focus, but then, you know, he put the freshmen in, and they ended up winning.
Tom, there was a period when it seemed like everything Green Bay threw up went in the basket, or banking them in. Did you think they could stick around?
No, are you kidding me? I mean, I had it on monitor number 2. I was watching the Patriots and the Steelers, but you knew it was just a matter of time. Just like Rico described it well, and all of a sudden when the shots weren't going, it was Rip City. I looked up and, oh, my God, how are they up by 30 at halftime was amazing.
Darian, why does Tom Izzo say that the next 2 weeks might be as important as any period this season?
Well, it's the last couple out-of-conference games before you get into conference play. You know, the game against Oakland is always a tough one, and you got Northern Illinois, so, you know, you never know how that game's going to go. And I think especially with the way this game went and how it ended, especially how they played in the second half, he wants to make sure his team is focused going to conference play, because this is the deepest conference by far in the country. And as we've talked about, I mean, 3 or 4 losses might still win this conference, which means a lot of good teams are going to have 5, 6, 7, 8 losses in the conference, and Michigan State doesn't want to be one of those teams.
He does have coaching points this week.
Oh, he's got plenty. And as he said, no exams, no school, just practice.
Tom, what does Michigan State have to do to repeat as a Big Ten regular season champion and become the best team in the conference?
Well, somehow they got to establish some depth for Cassius Winston. I know it's easy to go against Wisconsin Green Bay, but when you get into Big Ten play and when Mr. Xavier Simpson comes around the corner in late February, early March, Cassius is going to have to get some help. I mean, he could get in foul trouble. And, yeah, you can't expect him to go 35 minutes against tough competition. So that element, develop Foster Loyer, whatever, and just the turnovers. I mean, that's what drives Izzo crazy. I mean, they had 12 turnovers in the first half. He can't stand turnovers. No coach likes turnovers. Minimize those.
Gabe Brown. Saw today at those 3 threes.
Does not take it. There's no shot out there that Gabe Brown doesn't like. I'm telling you now, if he sees it, he's shooting it.
Thought I was watching Darian Harris shoot the ball out there.
No, not even close.
Not close.
Not even close.
No.
Stick to football.
Marcus Bingham got in. We saw some of him. He didn't
shot
look
15 free throws.
Yeah, he turned around and tried to run back down the court when.
Right.
Yes, hey, you got some more free throws to shoot. So
yeah, that I'm quite sure that was embarrassing for him. But I think it was good that the freshman did get an opportunity to get out there, that Foster Loyer got to run with the ones to kind of get his feet wet, and then talking with Foster after the game. He still acknowledges there's still a little shyness to him. Yeah. He doesn't have that swag that he had, in high school, but this isn't high school anymore.
He's got to defend. Can he defend? I think that's going to be the question for Foster Loyer.
We'll take it one step at a time.
Well, that's part of the game, right?
It is.
Tom, your man Matt McQuaid came back, started,
he is my man.
Played well. Looked like he was comfortable. I couldn't tell he'd ever been subpar.
No, he plays so hard. He inbounds off the made basket. I mean, the ball's inbound, and Matt McQuaid gets that thing going, gets that secondary break going. He's the guy that's going to have to play some point. He might have to play 6-8 minutes a point to help out Cassius.
Darian, does any team in the country have 3 better juniors? The reason I say that is because a lot of times, if you're as good as Nick Ward, Cassius Winston, or Joshua Langford, you're not in school.
No, I don't think so. And you almost forget, as you said, that they are juniors. I mean, they play like seniors, or they play like those and they came in playing really like one-and-done freshmen, and they've decided to kind of stay in the program, and they want to leave as champions, which is really good. And that's the type of guys that Izzo brings into East Lansing. So I don't think a team's got 3 better juniors, and it's going to help out down the stretch. I think that's why people feel like this team might be better than last year's team.
And it wasn't just those 3. Miles Bridges had a big game over the weekend, so he was in that class too. We will be back in just a couple minutes. We're going to talk Michigan basketball. 5th-ranked Wolverines, soon to move up in the polls. We'll be back. We'll talk about that and all of the Big Ten and national landscape in just a moment here on Press Pass on Fox 47.
Just announced. Get GM employee pricing for everyone. Now at every Graf dealership. This is your last chance to get the car, truck, or SUV you want at the best price of the year. Plus, Graf will double the value of your trade up to $5,000. Combine those offers and choose from these 5 vehicles for $145 a month or less. Don't miss out. Double the value of your trade up to $5,000 and get just announced GM employee pricing for everyone. Now at a Graf dealership near you.
The Knapp Center is a historical hub for future business growth in beautiful downtown Lansing.
The Ide Company did the best they could to preserve the integrity of the history of this building while incorporating a modern open workspace.
They have been prompt, they have been efficient, and they really are a friendly, great group of people that we don't have any concerns about calling them for any of our needs.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the Ide Company family.
The Student Bookstore is your green and white shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
You're watching Fox 47's Family of Stations.
With the David Chapman Agency, auto owners' insurance policies come with something extra. Local agents who care about you. Our agents will help you find the right coverage at the best price. 3 generations serving you at the David Chapman Agency, your local auto owners' insurance agents.
Turn on the lights with Capital Lighting. Experience our full-service lighting showroom. Discover the hundreds of beautiful fixtures available to bring your home to life. Visit today at Capital Lighting of East Lansing, where bright ideas begin.
The perfect holiday starts with love. Together with a reason, the sparkle of the season. Gotta show you how I feel. The perfect holiday starts here.
At your hometown jeweler.
First half is one of those things you just say, there's no sense in getting mad right now, right? You can't control what's happening out there. Our kids need composure. They have not been in this situation where this thing is, oh, you're supposed to be good, and the other team, you're just going to win easy. And then you get into these situations, and I thought we needed to get through something like that to get a W. I'm not talking about winning at Northwestern where it's another Big Ten game. I'm talking about when things aren't going well and you're about to get upset, you got to have some resiliency, and I love what we saw from our team today.
It's all part of the learning process, and John Beilein's teams do learn. Usually, they're not where they are at this point of the season. That comes later.
Right.
Tom Crawford, what did you learn yesterday in a game that U of M was expected to roll by a lot of people, 24.5-point favorite, and halftime was about even, right? I think Michigan led by a bucket.
I learned they're not invincible, and they still got a lot of work to do. I mean, what does Clark Keller call it? Spurtability. I mean, it was 28-20 with about 3 minutes to go in the half, and all of a sudden Michigan goes on a 10-0 run, turns the game, they go ahead, and then you get a little bit extension in the second half, but they never could separate from Western. Michael Flowers, this kid out of Southfield, terrific guard, he had 31 points. But still, it's Western. Steve Hawkins had him ready. But Beilein, he was second-guessing himself. Did I practice him too hard those 2 days? They have exams, and all that stuff. But it's just one of those games. And they have not, like I said earlier, they really haven't defended to their standards these last 3 games. They got 2 more non-conference, and then they open with Penn State on January 3rd.
Darian, you know what it's like when you get every team's best punch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's what Michigan's going to get, and that's what you want. And I think Coach Beilein said all the right things to the media, saying you got to learn how to win the tough games, you got to learn how to win the close games. But as we said in the opening segment, you know he's not happy behind closed doors with the game being that close, because you're expected to blow out teams like that, and coaches want blowouts like that. Even they like the close games to learn how to win. But end of the day, if you're a 24-something point favorite, you want that to be a 24-point game by the end.
Rico, what did you learn yesterday, and could the Wolverines be the best team in the country?
What I learned was I'm shocked that you guys didn't know this, especially you, Tom, Mr. Go Blue himself. Whenever you play an in-state school, they're going to give you the game of your life because, in their opinion, they should have got that scholarship. So I expect Michigan State to have a struggle against Oakland later on this week. With Western Michigan, all you had to do is come in there and say, guys, they think they're better than you. And what do you got to prove? Well, they didn't offer you a scholarship.
They lost to South Carolina upstate or downstate or in between state.
Western Michigan?
Yeah.
Right, last time I checked, Western Michigan is in what state, Tom?
I understand.
Pay attention.
Still. I understand. The bottom line is they didn't play well.
We have seen Oakland give Michigan State some scares, right?
Those teams always give you a scare, always take the under. Well, here's for Michigan, they're a really good team. They're hitting on all cylinders right now. My only question is, they played overseas. Can they maintain this? Or will, like Purdue, they run out of gas by the end of February? Because remember, Purdue looked like a Final Four team last year at this time. And then they hit the wall and they ran out of gas.
And they got to get some depth developed, too, because they can't, they couldn't get Brandon Johnson again. He didn't even play yesterday.
And I don't think he's going to be playing in a while. I don't know why,
He'll
but
play
I don't
against
see
Binghamton.
You would think.
Darian, who has to play better for John Beilein, for the Wolverines to cut down the nets at the Big Ten tournament in Chicago and at the Final Four in Minneapolis?
I want to point at a freshman because I like Iggy's game a lot, and I think that he's a dynamic player, but I don't think I can do that because I don't think it's fair to put that pressure on a freshman that kind of came out of nowhere. You don't know what's going to happen. So I look at a guy like Charles Matthews, a guy that's been there, a guy that's gone through the ropes, a guy that's hit big shots for Michigan. I think he's going to be the guy. And then it's Xavier Simpson down the stretch. It's when this team starts to run out of gas, can he be the one that steps up as a leader, as the front runner in that defense? And because that's to me is what's going to win Michigan these games. We know they're a three-point shooting team. They've always have been. The defense has to show up at the end of the day.
7-man rotation, and as they played in the summer. That's not a good combination.
It's an 8-man Austin Davis.
Okay, 8-man. Who are you looking for in the next couple games, Tom, to take a quantum leap?
Brandon Johns is going to get some PT. And
that's not going to happen. So
and he is going to play. I can promise you these next 2 outings he will play.
Pride of East Lansing. We'll be right back. Big win for Indiana. We'll talk about the other games around the country up next here on Press Pass.
Johnson's Workbench welcomes the season of woodworking with products by Festool, SawStop, and Powermatic. Explore our world of wood with over 80 different varieties and the finest in cabinet-grade plywood. Gift cards, holiday savings, and more at Johnson's Workbench in Charlotte.
More than half of all hearing-impaired persons are younger than 65. Recognizing hearing loss is the first step towards treatment and improving your quality of life.
At Audiology and Hearing Services, we offer hearing aids that can connect with cell phones and other wireless devices. Audiology and Hearing Services offers a variety of cosmetically appealing hearing aids in various sizes. Come into Audiology and Hearing Services today to take your first step towards a better quality of life.
Express your style with an efficient, cozy heat fireplace. Our design ideas combined with endless decorative options can make a bold statement in your home.
Honest, polite, and never pushy. Come see us at Superior Saw and Lakeside Fire and Grill between Holt and Mason on Cedar Street.
Advanced technology and forecasting. Storm Shield weather. Only on Fox 47 News.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football. It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Welcome back. It's Press Pass here on Fox 47. The Big Picture brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to northern Michigan and Chicago, where Doug Warren and I were in August for the NFL Legends Classic. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Did they get it in the hands of Juwan Morgan?
I certainly would. Bronk at a disadvantage deep. See if they back screen him to the box or ISO him. They like to do that.
Tennessee on the dribble. Green. Langford slips, trying to get the ball. Somebody's got to hoist one. Tennessee at the buzzer. He got it! A three-pointer to win! They'll look at it, but I think it's good.
Now you see Rob Finnessy. Everyone's waiting for Romeo Langford
and
to
that
get the ball,
kid's a freshman
right?
too, right? He's a freshman
yes,
as well.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Darian, you've been in some of these environments, and you know what it comes down to at a situation like that. What's it going to be like being Rob Finnessy this week in Bloomington, Indiana?
Well, you get to be the king of the campus for a week, and it was against a great team in Butler. There obviously have been a couple Final Fours and things of that nature, and you nailed it right on the head. You get to kind of take the spotlight away from Romeo Langford, and it's not that the teammates are bickering or anything of that nature. I think this can help Indiana in the long run because all the talk has been about Romeo, and for good measure. But now you get another kid, another freshman that hits a game winner. Now he gets a little bit of attention. You know how kids are. They're young. Everybody likes the spotlight and get their ego up a little bit. So I think this can help Indiana in the long run, having somebody else get some credit.
Tom Crawford, when you see what else happened yesterday, and you have Gonzaga getting clubbed. You saw Villanova barely losing at Allen Fieldhouse.
Right.
What does that say about the University of Michigan since, hey, it took care of North Carolina?
Say it, Tom.
So you're handing me the transitive property to work with here.
There you go, Tom.
I should wrap my head and arms around it.
Make the basket.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Say it.
Because I am still getting a grasp of this college basketball season, guys. I really am. I mean, I watched Purdue a little bit of their game. They don't look very good. I wonder if they're going to even make the NCAA tournament. It's hard to really get an idea.
You know good well you want to sit here and say that Michigan is the best team and They should be ranked number 1.
And Purdue had a great chance to beat Florida State, which is a top.
Well, I get
team,
that,
right?
but you know, Purdue's starting to add up some losses right now. You know, it's just too early.
Yeah,
Ask me about a month from now.
But here's the thing: it all depends on when you get hot. And I used to like it when the NCAA took in your last 10 games because sometimes a team would struggle and then all of a sudden they catch fire. Michigan has been that type of team. I mean,
talk to Mike DeCourcy. He didn't want that. So I mean, a lot of people who said, "Hey, gotta get rid of that."
Think about how many times Michigan would have a bad start and then they're the team you didn't want to play.
It's very unusual for them.
So for Purdue, I mean, it's Matt Painter, which means he'll find a way to lose. But, you know, they're Purdue. They'll
nice
probably.
guy.
Yeah, they do. I mean, stop me. Okay, if I'm wrong, tell me to be quiet.
They haven't been to a Final Four since 1980.
I expected more out of them this year.
All right, Rico, is there any reason that the Big Ten can't have a team, maybe even 2 teams, in the Final Four?
I think asking for 2 is a lot. I think that the Big Ten could get a team. Yeah. The only problem is I think Michigan could be a team, but as I said, I need to see, can they sustain where they're at? Michigan State seems like they're that one player away. Like, they got a good combination, but, you know, is Kyle Arns going to be that guy now to come off the bench? He told Izzo, you know, don't worry about starting me. Put me back on the bench and let me come in. They need that Vinnie Johnson microwave type of guy. And then I think I could say Michigan State. But other than that, it really depends on who has to play who and who doesn't. Like, if Michigan State is not in Duke's bracket, then Michigan State could go. If they're not in Syracuse bracket, then Michigan State could go.
Darren, we look at this all the time and we say, well, you know, they're not perfect. They don't have this, they don't have that. Watch enough college basketball, you will not find a perfect team, including Kansas.
No, that's true. I mean, we saw how the season started with Duke. We thought they were going to run the table. Well, not we. I'm sure Rico thought they'd lose at least 2 or 3 games. But
I did. Lose.
No, that first game, they were scary.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were going to run the table, be undefeated. But I agree. There's no perfect team out there.
So, Tom, when you look at the national landscape here, is there any reason that Michigan shouldn't move up in the polls? Michigan State
over
move
Gonzaga?
Up in the polls. Yeah, Gonzaga has 2 losses.
Gonzaga lost. They gave up 103 to Carolina, so I put Michigan number 4. Just flip them. Just put Michigan up there. I mean, it's all. You know,
I think they'll be 4. I think Gonzaga
irrelevant anyway.
I think Gonzaga probably dropped to 9 or 10.
Ohio State almost lost to Bucknell.
What about Michigan State? You think they'll still be around that point? Not that it matters.
I think Michigan State. I mean, I think everybody will move up. State will be 8. I think Gonzaga probably fall to 9 or 10. Michigan will move to 4. I mean, had they just beat the devil out of Western Michigan, they may have leaped Tennessee.
That's an state rivalry. Are you talking
about?
No,
it is. It is.
I'll tell you what. When we were in Las Vegas, I had a chance to watch Nevada practice. They're going to a lot of games. I don't know if they're going to be undefeated going into the tournament.
Did you see Graham Couch there taking notes? Because, you know,
it might be his number 1 team next week.
You know about that.
We'll be right back. Much, much more. We're going to talk college football up next here on Press Pass.
Just announced. Get GM employee pricing for everyone. Now at every Graf dealership. This is your last chance to get the car, truck, or SUV you want at the best price of the year. Plus, Graf will double the value of your trade up to $5,000. Combine those offers and choose from these 5 vehicles for $145 a month or less. Don't miss out. Double the value of your trade up to $5,000 and get just announced GM employee pricing for everyone. Now at a Graf dealership near you.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Each week, the Michigan Lottery recognizes outstanding public school educators from across the state with the Excellence in Education Awards. Watch Fox 47 News at 6:30 on Tuesday to find out this week's winner.
Watch Don't Waste Your Money tomorrow on Fox 47 News at 10.
From business to farms, Hastings Mutual will protect your best assets.
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? Oh yeah, you can bet on it. At Furniture Row, we take pride in furniture that's quality made, affordable, and makes your home look great. And during the holiday sale, check out the Enzo sofa, only $549, the La Jolla bed, just $299, and the Keystone mattress, only $359.99, plus 5 years no interest financing. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The holiday sale, on now at Furniture Row.
PFCU is more than a financial institution. We are a proud community partner. Our support includes awarding scholarships, providing education on financial literacy, and sponsoring local events in the communities we serve.
We focus intensely on doing the big and small things right for our clients. The guiding principle of our work is that we always put the client first.
Welcome back to Press Pass, Fox 47. It's time for the big picture again, brought to you by Dean Trailways. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
There's nothing. Just sand.
We haven't had water for days. Our best bet is to stop and just hope they find us.
Oh, wait. You see that, Mark?
No. If you're seeing something, it must be a mirage.
But it looks so real.
I think I'm seeing something too.
This is back-to-back Big Ten championships for the Ohio State University Buckeyes. And the dominance that Urban Meyer has had on this conference continues.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I'll even applaud that. That was funny.
Thanks, Saturday Night Live.
That's clever stuff.
Ingenious, and of course, Ohio State football didn't wait long to tweet that out.
Oh, I'll bet they did.
I still can't believe he said it.
Chase Winovich said that it was a mirage. And
You know, you don't always have to talk when we stick a microphone in your face.
right.
Sometimes silence is golden.
Darian, you've been part of some games that I'm sure you wished could disappear. Are you surprised that Chase would say that on the heels of what happened?
Yeah, I am a little surprised, and I think my full thoughts on it would take longer than just this segment. It's disappointing.
Will we write the show? Go ahead.
Yeah, we could. No, it's disappointing knowing the type of competitor that I think he is, the type of player that he is. And I understand you're trying to, convince recruits that it's all right still to come here, to try to poach recruits away or whatever. But if you take the loss, accept the loss, learn from the loss, and challenge yourself to get better from it, don't say it didn't happen, because it happened. I've never seen anybody say anything like that. I would never say anything like that. I wouldn't say it was a mirage and it didn't take place. I mean,
lost to Alabama wasn't a mirage.
No, heck no. We took it on the chin. I mean, that's just at the end of the day what happened. And he was at the forefront of the reason why Ohio State would have any extra motivation is if they needed to play that game with his revenge tour and everything. So if you were in front of that, then you own up to it and say, we lost the game.
You don't print up T-shirts before the game is played. You don't do that, Tom.
All right, I want to switch gears here. And Justin Lane announced that he is leaving, and there you see his post, and thankful to everyone who helped make it such a great experience. Tom, you were down in Ann Arbor, and you sent me a message that you think you understand now that we better get used to this.
Well, yeah, for Michigan, most likely going to be 5 players not playing in the bowl game, sitting out, 4 on defense, 1 on offense. And, I don't need to go into the names. That's irrelevant. My point is, I just don't think, and Darian and I had a discussion about that. You got to protect, there's a lot of money out there, and I get all that. But where do you draw the line? I mean, say if you're an NFL talent, and say you can't win the league championship. Do you quit week number 7, week number 8?
Right.
And
Ed Oliver, right? We saw.
Yeah, and when 2 captains are not going to lead their team,
we got a captain sitting right here.
But Tom, 2 words, man. Jake Butt.
I get all that, but and I see both sides of it. But let me make this point. To me, this is not good for college football as it sits right. This is nothing good about this for college football.
I think college football kind of, they're trying to fix the problem with this new red shirt rule, saying, who's going to be really motivated to play? freshmen. True freshmen who've sat there all year. They will play in this game. They will give you their all.
No, I understand
and you
all
get to
that.
see what the future's going to be because you can't ask somebody like a Devin Bush.
But you know it's going to be a trend. They're going to quit halfway through the season. Oh, we can't win the title.
Some would say that's happened already at Michigan State.
You might get some guys who decide, hey, I haven't been here 3 years, but I've proven enough in 2 years. I'm just not going to play the whole third year, or I'll go.
Yeah, but you know, to me, it's always, and we did talk about it, and I think it's beyond the injury factor. It's getting another month's worth of training. It's getting another month's worth of getting your body ready for what's happening at the next level. And there is a lot. I mean, saying there's a lot of money out there is an understatement. I mean, Justice Lane's going to be in
the underwear Olympics. You can get hurt.
You can. I just. Football is different than basketball. The
putting on your underwear,
you get,
honestly,
are different.
If I was LJ Scott, I mean, he's a catch-22 because he needs footage, but. I wouldn't play.
He has something to prove, though.
I would rather just play in the Senior Bowl because then you would have scouts there watching the practices.
What if you're a fourth-round corner who's going to sit out, as in Michigan would have? Would you play? I mean, you can't play in the Senior Bowl.
I think it's just a matter of how you feel individually. But to me, if you're a fourth-round prospect, you shouldn't be coming out anyway. So it's like, I mean, that's just
there you go. There's a circle of life in college football. Players leave, players arrive. Michigan State got the news that didn't have a quarterback in this class. Has one now. Illinois Player of the Year. A guy threw 70-some touchdowns, 40 this year. And when you look at Peyton Thorne's uncanny similarities, personality, style-wise, even his patterns of speech to Kirk Cousins, is he a guy that could be in the mix down the road for Michigan State?
I mean, I think he's a guy that could be in the mix, but I still say watch out for Theo Day. But yeah, it's nice to have him on the team.
All right. We'll be right back with more Detroit Lions up next.
There's something out there for you and me. And the American road is calling. So what's it gonna be? Hey, it's an amazing day. Traveling our own highway. No matter where it leads us, we can smile. 'Cause it's meaning in the miles.
WSYM Fox 47 is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to providing broad outreach regarding job vacancies. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should contact our Human Resources Department by calling 517-484-7747.
You're watching Fox 47's family of stations.
Working with the IDE company, 1, is very easy to do. 2, they're very responsive to our needs. And 3, as we've grown as a company, they've listened to those needs and they've helped us plan out our future in terms of growth that needs to be done at this location.
It's just comforting to know I'm working with the IDE company, knowing that they can accommodate our growth. In that way, they're an excellent partner.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the IDE Company family.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week. The Woody's items are now available at Tom's Foods, Clorox, and other local grocers. Detroit Lions in action, trying to get a winning streak going. Would have been 2. See Kenny Galladay there, terrific catch.
He's good.
He had a big game.
They got one good player.
Didn't have a lot of help with them doing that, but Lions took a lead here. There's a pass to Andy Jones. And then they get another touchdown here. You know, you see guys playing as hard as they can, but couldn't hold up, and a couple mistakes in the kicking game, and the result is a 14-13 loss to the Buffalo Bills. All right, I want to welcome in our Detroit Lions historian, and he is host of Lions Today, weekdays from 2 to 3. That is on the Spotlight Radio Network. Doug Warren joins us. Doug, the Lions did not get your tank at all costs memo. They played a little bit better than they needed to do that, but the kicking game decided it wasn't going to show up.
Yep, well, it was a beautiful game today. The Lions get the loss. They jump up 3 spots now in the draft order from 10 up to 7. Keep losing. Maybe they get up into the top 5 by the end of the year. It was a great win today for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, my God.
You know, when we talk about this tank thing, I've always wondered what would happen if both teams were trying to tank.
Yeah, doesn't that
You know,
that
you
was
can-
last week,
Absolutely.
Arizona, Detroit.
But you could have a kickoff that nobody recovered. Right?
Jack,
you take
it. Jack, you saw it. Arizona and Detroit, neither team wanted to win that game. They were like,
Oh, I
"No,
think
you
the
take it."
Lions wanted to win. They just didn't know how to do
The
it.
Lions weren't trying to tank.
Prater, did he box the kick on purpose, you think? 48 yards?
No, he said he missed it. He pushed it to the right. He was pushing it to the right because of the wind before the game, and he said he just botched it. He pushed it too far. You know, Don Mulbach, 226 straight starts for the Lions.
Yeah.
He's the only player dating to the Matt Millen era. Nobody can ever remember him botching a snap. He did today. Matt Patricia, so upset he dropped an F-bomb on WJR at the end of the game, talking to Lomas Brown. It was a great win for the Buffalo Bills. I love every second of it.
I mean, seriously, I don't understand why they would get this upset. And I know it's like, oh, you don't want to tank.
You get competitive edge, man.
No, it's not a competitive edge because Detroit's not a destination city. They're not going to get in free agents. They're not going to make trades. They're going to have to do
What
it
do you mean
through
they're
the
not going to make
draft.
trades? They just traded Golden Tate.
And what'd you
The
get
NFL's
for it?
different, Rico.
You got picks.
Right, but I'm saying you need to accumulate as
That's
many
assuming
picks.
you know what
and
you're doing when you make the picks.
And you need high picks. So that's why I'm saying it's better to get a top 5 pick because you at least know you're drafting somebody who's the best in that category.
The math for the Lions since '67, drafting in the top 5, 7 of the 10 picks they've had in the top 5 since '67 have been Pro Bowlers. 3 of them are going to end up in Canton. The math historically for the Lions says the best thing for them to do when they're bad and not making the playoffs is to get a top 5 pick. You can't lose when you do that because you have the opportunity to get a good player, a game-changing player like they've done 7 out of 10 times since '67. But NFL teams are so adverse to tanking, I think it's going to catch on eventually. I wonder if
it might
the
be
Raiders
7
are
out of
doing
11 after Bob Quinn is done this year. But
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm looking at Matthew Stafford today, and aside from Kenny Galladay, you know, he's got Andy Jones and he's got Zach Zenner. It looked like he had a ton of help out there today.
No, they didn't have a lot of. I mean, they've had a lot of injuries. That's why. But they've had injuries for a month, but they're still trying to win, which makes no sense. They could have benched Matt Stafford the last 2 weeks and lost last week against Arizona too. But you know, they just
only getting 8 yards to throw.
I mean, after they broke the huddle in the second play, he really looked like a broken man. Like, why is he even out there? Right? It's like
he has a consecutive game streak.
Who cares?
You play. Once the guest plays, now get him out.
Consecutive starts. Hey, he takes a lot of pride in that. They
Whatever.
said
Take
they'd have
pride.
to shoot
You
him
want
to
to
get
win
him
a
out
Super
of the
Bowl, or do you want to have a consecutive game
You have to
streak?
listen to his wife on
Dumb.
Instagram too.
His wife's the
Sorry,
best left
Kelly.
tackle he's ever had. She should be all pro. Look,
She's got more. Anyway.
consecutive game streaks, all this crap doesn't matter. It's professional sports. The bottom line is to win, and to win, when you're bad, you got to get better players. The Lions were trying to win too many games in the last month. If they'd have lost to Carolina and lost to Arizona last week, they would be the #1 overall pick right now.
Yeah, maybe they could take Jameis Winston Jr.
So next week is a must-lose game.
They don't need a quarterback.
No,
Quarterback's
but
not
that's
the
what I'm
issue.
talking. They could take
They
somebody.
need Nick Bosa
Yeah. All right.
or somebody like that.
When you look at the NFC North, and you really have 3 spheres here. You have the Bears, who have excelled for most of the season. The Vikings, disappointing, hanging around. And then you have the Packers and the Lions, Could that last game at Lambeau Field determine which team picks ahead of the other?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. Packers need help too, especially defensively. And who knows who their coach is going to be. The next coaching hire for the Packers is going to be very interesting to see how that goes, because if they make the right hire, they'll just keep humming along with Aaron Rodgers.
We talk about how the Lions aren't good enough, and the record shows that, but how many games have they've been so close? Watch them play Minnesota tough next week. Hey, they might win that one and win at Green Bay. They'll be 7-9. We'll be right back.
Catch the savings at Capital Honda with the biggest lineup of new Hondas from Capital Honda.
I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
The Holton Dimondale Insurance Agency. Call your hometown team today.
Hi, I'm Realtor Brock Fletcher from the selling team with Keller Williams. Mid-Michigan homeowners who sell their homes with us get an average of 98% of their asking price and sell their home in an average of 28 days. Call us today at 517-853-6408.
You should go to A&J Transmission and Auto Repair. They fix everything.
My name is Bill Huffnagel with Dart Bank. We would like to feature your local business. To enter to win, go to fox47news.com/bankingonbusiness.
Advanced technology and forecasting. Storm Shield weather. Only on Fox 47 News.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we have a taste for adventure, because the only way to know how good something can be is to go for it. Try our veggie smoothies, Island Green, made with spinach, kale, pineapple, banana, and mango. And Caribbean Sea Burst with carrots, mango, banana, orange, and goji. Adventure begins with never knowing until you try, but always expecting something great. Go for a veggie smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holt, South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most. Beacon Field. And Tom, we go by Beacon Field on the way home, but that's the downtown version, and now there's going to be Beacon Field, Southwest, and we know that that area of the city certainly needs recreational facilities.
It sure does.
It's great, all the people who have come forward. We're going to talk more about that this week on The Drive with Jack and Tom. All right, Team 273, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons. And a little bit larger ball than that, but we saw this team get off to a great start, and then they lose 6 in a row. Tom Crawford, as we move into 2019, is it more likely that we're going to see the Pistons team that beat Toronto, that beat Golden State, that beat Boston Saturday night, or the team that couldn't hold a lead against Charlotte?
Well, the 6-game skid kind of team that we saw. You know, we talked about this game with the Celtics on Saturday night. Well, you know, 6-game losing streak versus what the Celtics had an 8-game winning streak. This is kind of like the perfect storm. You knew it was going to happen. This is a 44-38 team. Yeah. Maybe on that 6-7 line they'll get in the playoffs. But this is not in the long term. I mean, those were aberrations beating those great teams. Reggie Bullock getting back, that's good. And Andre Drummond had 19 and 20, but They don't have enough moving parts to make that work.
It's a step in the right direction, but ultimately frustrating. Rico, do you see any sign that this team could win a playoff series?
No. I mean, no.
Then you know what the Pistons should do? Tank.
There you go. Honestly, yes, they should, because this year's NBA lottery, even if you're sitting there at 13 or 14, you're going to get a player who can help you out immediately, because really, nobody's going to come to the Pistons in free agency. So the only way Detroit improves is through the draft. Kevin Durant won't put Detroit on his list of teams he wants to go to. Those are New York, LA, Miami. Those are the types of teams that people want to go to. If you're the Pistons, you're right. Tank, lose. Get this thing over with.
Maybe they could get another Stanley Johnson.
Hey, he had 4 points last night.
Right?
I mean, it's bad. You're not beating the Celtics. You're not beating Toronto. You're not beating the Sixers, so no.
Darian, you've just been hired by the Pistons. Not really, but I've heard dumber ideas. They probably should consider that. But you're running this organization. What do you do to take it from where it is, better but not good enough, to the next level?
I don't know if there's much that you can do other than exactly like Rico said. You got to build through the draft. You got to hope that you land somebody like Giannis, who actually wants to be in the city of Detroit, because it's not a destination city. NBA
Luke Kennard isn't the answer.
Luke Kennard, Stanley Johnson, they're not going to get it done.
And don't go after Markelle Fultz either.
Don't do that either. But I think that
but there's a #1 draft pick, right? The Sixers tanked to get him.
They did.
Damage good. But you know what? They were smart. They were smart enough to say, we made a mistake. Who wants him? Because we don't.
Exactly.
Drag him out to the curb, hit him with Febreze, and just leave him there.
And who's taking him?
It's nobody.
The Pistons are one of the teams out there saying they will give up a first-round pick.
That lasted a day.
Tom Gores.
I'm not seeing it. I can't see the Pistons being a contending team for more than getting into playoffs as long as Reggie Jackson's a point guard.
Well, that was just going to make that point. Right now, to me, the offense, as it should, it flows through Blake Griffin, but it doesn't just flow through Blake Griffin. He's bringing the ball up the court. I mean, he is their point guard, and you can't win games like that. So they do need a point guard, and I love Markelle. He's a DeMatha guy, but he's not the answer either.
If you want to talk NBA, give Darian a call. He'll talk to you all day, all night about pro basketball. That's his favorite sport. We will be back in just a minute with our Culver's Cool and Smooth segment. Our weekly awards, Play of the Week, Game of the Week, Team of the Week, Player of the Week, coming up next.
Just announced. Get GM employee pricing for everyone. Now at every Graf dealership. This is your last chance to get the car, truck, or SUV you want at the best price of the year. Plus, Graf will double the value of your trade up to $5,000. Combine those offers and choose from these 5 vehicles for $145 a month or less. Don't miss out. Double the value of your trade up to $5,000 and get just announced GM employee pricing for everyone. Now at a Graf dealership near you.
The Student Bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
Everybody wants to hear, what's the forecast for tomorrow? How's it going to be when I'm taking my kids to cheerleading practice? It's a great city. Michigan is definitely a very interesting place to forecast the weather. We have changing things all the time.
Pickler and Ben. Weekdays at 9 on Fox 47.
With a certificate from MSU Federal Credit Union, your financial goals will be within your reach. You can open your certificate with as little as $50. MSU Federal Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
We're clearing out our warehouse. Everything must be sold before year-end inventory. Winter installation? No problem. American Metal Roof's year-end warehouse clearance. Call 844-METAL Roofs or visit
AmericanMetalRoofs.com. Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by the 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. They say when you are waiting for a free throw, anticipation is good. You want to box out. You don't want to do it quite that early. Ouch. Yeah. So I think that means it's extra free throw.
That looks painful.
Yeah. All right, Team 273, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week. Rico Beard, let's start with you in our play of the week.
Play of the week, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Indiana. The end of the Indiana game. Good because choice. It was so funny to me because I got so caught up in the game. I was actually watching this game on an airplane, and I had headphones on. And when the shot goes in, Rob Finney gets the ball at the top of the key. No time left. He was the third option on the play, and he heaves it up and just goes nothing but net. And I'm sitting there, yes, yes! And I look around, and everybody is looking at me, and I'm like, he hit a big shot. I'm sorry. You know what?
We're going to escort you off the plane, right?
Right. Can I get some peanuts?
You sound like Meg Ryan in the
That was at a cafe.
Different reason, but yeah.
All right. What about our game of the week, Darian?
Game of the week for me, the Division II National Championship. Ferris State goes down by 2 to Valdosta State, but heck of a game. J. Rue Campbell, everybody knows him, being from obviously the area, once committed to Michigan State. Great redemption story from him. I know, we got all these professional athletes making bad decisions out there, but I'm not going to harp on the decisions of a kid. It seems like he's grown up. He's done things the right way. Won a JUCO National Championship, had a chance to win a Division II National Championship. We'll have a chance next year. Won the D2 Heisman Trophy. Heck of a game. Honorable mention for play of the week, that touchdown Ferris State had when the Valdosta State DB threw it back in. So that was an amazing game right there.
That was honorable
There's a runner-up, or honorable mention, I should say, for game of the week. Did you watch that volleyball last night with Stanford?
Oh, Nebraska?
And Nebraska.
Yeah, I saw.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Tall women.
All right, Tom, what about our team of the week?
Team of the week. I wanted to give it to the EMU Eagles. They almost won a bowl game, Camellia Bowl, and they lost the last second field goal to Georgia Southern. Chris Creighton did a good job with that team. I'm going to give it to the NFC North champion Chicago Bears. I mean, they've been finishing in last place for 4 straight years. First-year coach, 10 wins, NFC North champion. The worst division probably in history of the NFL, but still, kudos to them.
And EMU, I'm right with you. I'm watching this. I'm ready to send a text to Herb Haygood.
I was too. I had it loaded. I had it locked and loaded.
All you had to do was make a play on fourth down.
Yeah.
And not even that, they could have got the first down. Don't let the quarterback scramble for 30 yards. That hurt them right there. They relaxed. I think they celebrated too much. And
he's got to turn around.
They had to have 2 guys mirror him because he was more dangerous with his feet than with his arm, and that's what eventually did them in. All right. For Player of the Week, I want to give a quick shout out to Romero Hardy. He's been a terrific intern for us, graduating. There you see him with his dad, Romero, last night, and his mother, Kim. And congratulations on the degree. It's a big step for all of the graduates, including 15 MSU football players, right?
Yep.
That's great.
That's
yesterday
over
the weekend.
Quite a few in 3.5 years. Pretty special.
Yeah. Even Darian didn't do that.
Sure didn't.
I want to name our player of the week as Derrick Henry. You remember chasing him around AT&T Stadium, right?
I do, yeah.
And a lot of people thought, you know what, he's kind of a bust. He might not even be the Titans' best back. The last 2 weeks, how about 408 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns?
Yeah, he's mauling them.
Pretty good stuff. Want to thank Tom Crawford. You can hear him, The Drive with Jack and Tom, weekdays 3 to 6, Rico Beard, noon to 2, Spotlight Radio Network. Of course, Darian Harris. Have a great Christmas.
Thank you.
We'll see you in 2019. Want to thank all of you for watching today. And we'll be back next week with another show, Team 274. Have a great week, everyone.